Whether you're a seasoned marketer or just starting out, Madak Monday Insights is your go-to resource for staying ahead of the curve in the competitive world of marketing. Hey everyone, how you doing today? Happy Madak Monday. I'm Jose. I'm the host of Madak Monday Insights, and today we're going to be talking with Adam, our CEO, about remote work and how it can benefit the team members, the companies, and what is needed to thrive in a remote environment. Hello, Adam. Happy Madak Monday. How you doing today?
Doing good, Jose. Happy Matic Monday to you too.
Thank you. So, a lot of companies now, since COVID 19, started to do remote work because of the pandemic, of course, and they have a lot of employees just staying at home working. And I wanted to know, what are your first thoughts on remote work?
Well, when COVID first hit, and this would have been in March of 2020, so coming up on 4 years in a month, which is crazy. But when COVID hit, obviously I was very nervous, like many others. I think it was about 8 full-time staff in the office full time, and was really nervous that it was how it was going to affect us as a business, how the culture and productivity and everything. But very quickly, it only took about a week to for me to realize that the productivity was as high, if not higher. The morale was high and the culture was there, and it really empowered people to fit Matic into their personal life, which I think is really important. And so it did not really. I mean, obviously the pandemic impacted us as a business, but as far as our day to day business and how we collaborated as a team, we were able to, we back then and now we utilize a platform called Asana for internal communication and project management software, and that was a big part of our ability to pivot really fast and continue to remain remote. And so we are 100% remote today, and I think everyone on the team really enjoys it. I enjoy it, and it allows us to have a diverse team across the country, and really gives us the ability to reach a new talent pool that we wouldn't normally have if we were hadn't required everybody in office.
Yeah. No, well, you already talked a little bit about this, but you already said the thing is, you saw the it's more productive now, like a week later after remote work start. If you can dive deep a little bit into that, how you think it's more productive, like what changed it in that sense?
So the behaviors that we find as a company is that we are intentionally setting meetings to focus on specific projects. And and while yes, you can definitely do that in person, I and my sense is that, and if I think back to what it was like, my sense is that we would get into conversations earlier, or maybe without everybody that's really included, if we just kind of sparked up that conversation, if we were seeing each other in the hallway, or just wanted to start talking about it early. So that seems to be um, what the difference was. Now that we're 100% remote, there's specific meetings that are happening with these topics. You can share your screen, you can do things, you can take notes. There's all the different things. And of course, any of this stuff you can do in person, but it feels like we are faster and quicker, and doing things more intentional. And, the another way that's made things even faster is the ability to record your thoughts, drop them into Asana, and record a video, share your screen, and talk through a project, which even just a short 3 to 5 minute video might save 15 minutes or 30 minutes of discussion. Now, plenty of times you have to have the discussions, and you need to have brainstorming strategy, but it might move the project along a couple of times if you go back and forth with a colleague on that. And so I've been trying to do that more and more, and I feel like that's making us more and more efficient.
When it comes to hiring, does it make a difference being remote?
Yeah, it does. Now, hiring during COVID was easy because everybody was remote. Now people have options. There are fully in office companies, there's hybrid companies, there's fully remote companies. And so we need to make it clear in the hiring process that we are a fully remote company without a hybrid option. And while it always seems very nice on the surface, not everybody wants that. Some people want hybrid, some people want to go into the office. So you have to identify, we have to identify the type of personality that is specific to that remote life that we've created, that remote work style that we've created. And in addition to that, we're on Pacific time zone, so those that are show interest from the East Coast and Central time zones, we're asking our team to work on the Pacific Standard Time right now. I think we're going to become more and more flexible as we get more focused and kind of, and I guess focused probably in the right way. The more kind of templated on how we do things, but that's also another thing because we've gone down a couple path of people getting hired, and then I remind them that 4:30 Pacific is 7:30 East Coast, and Jose, you're on East Coast time right now, right?
Yes, I'm on East Coast
So
time. And yeah,
so I like that we have more time zones covered, which means we're gonna make it easier for people to work inside of their time zone. But for right now, we're focused on Pacific Standard Time, and then finding people that want that remote life. And then where I think we're trying to be a little bit different is we're trying to keep the culture up and do certain things on Mondays and Fridays and throughout the week that help that inner office connection through quizzes and presentations and lunches and things like that. So we do all that remotely and allow people to integrate that into their day to day.
yeah, no, of course. Uh, so maybe having people on different time zones, do you think that will open your scope to new clients, for example, or how you think that will work?
Yeah, we've been pretty nationwide from the get go, so we've attracted clients throughout. But of course, if you have clients on the East Coast and we're on Pacific Standard Time, that we're always going to be 3 hours. Or if you think we've got a couple clients that are international and in Europe and Asia, so that's always going to be a challenge. But I think that having more spread across the U.S., I guess I'm more concerned about people being able to have the office hours match their lifestyle, and and so if we can continue to adapt with everybody and work and allows the Madak work hours integrate into their lifestyle, their family, their personal life, that to me is the number one most important thing. And so we do have some preferred hours, but definitely flexible and open.
Yeah, awesome. So this question is not specific to the time zones, but just remote work in general. How do you think it affects the team members or even your work-life balance being a remote worker?
Well, it's funny because when I started my career, everything was on a desktop and on a server in the office. So I didn't have a laptop that I took with me and went home, let alone a smartphone and so forth. So started where you had to put the time in the office, and then when you walked out that door, work was done. and then you couldn't really take action on anything until you came back. So I right now my personal work life extends throughout into the evenings and the weekends and so forth, but that's my personal choice, and I have to balance that all of that with my family and making sure that I'm focused in on my boys and my wife and everything that I'm trying to do there. But my hope would be that because of the remote working that we have, the remote lifestyle that we have here at Matic, and the flexibility that we allow our team members to make is, and we talked about this previously, is that the we want the personal life to fit inside of or we want Matic to fit inside of the personal life so that the team member is happier and they can work on projects when it makes the most sense. Now, of course, there are some time sensitive projects that we deal with a lot, and so then that's going to be driven, which is why we need some parameters and some office hours and so forth. But if it's easier for something to get done in the office hour or in the off hours, because that's going to be easier for the team member because they're remote and they don't have to worry about all that stuff, and then going back to Asana and having everything tracked there and everything that really helps us have everything in one place, and we're efficient and so forth. So I didn't even know it at the time, but I'm all in on remote and I really enjoy it, and I hope our team members do as well.
Yeah, no, I'm there with you. I really love being a remote worker. I think it allows you to integrate, as you say, integrate your life with the work in a better way. And even the commute time, you take that away. It's a lot of time you're wasting in your day to day life. So, what resources do you believe are essential for remote workers or remote employees to thrive?
So we're fortunate enough, outside of the equipment and the basics, I would say, for the team, we're fortunate enough to have a director of company culture, some Jenna, who is with us in a part-time capacity, but her 100% focus with us is to manage the onboarding and offboarding of team members, the ongoing company culture, the birthday lunches, the first day lunches, the swag, the quizzes. I'm not thinking of everything that she's doing, the emails that she sends out to the team. So all of those things are really driven by Jenna, and I really do think that that's been um, a game changer for us because it's created that company culture without just taking it for granted. And she intentionally does things, especially in the onboarding. I mean, her and some other team members have built a really awesome onboarding. And it has really helped, I think, streamline the process. And then everybody has somebody to point to if they have any issues with payroll or medical, vision, and dental. Any of the benefits that we offer. Of course, I'm a resource, but Jenna is also the first resource we ask people to go to, and I think that's really made a difference. And Jose, you're one of the new guys here at Matic. I mean, how was your experience when onboarding with Jenna and everything that came with it?
Yeah, no. So everything was pretty easy. She sent like all the things that I had to log in and all the information that I needed. She sent me a guy along with you and Ellie. You guys been pretty helpful once I got to on board on the team. Also, the lunch that I had on my first week, that was great too. That usually doesn't happen. And it's a cool thing. It's different. For example, the quizzes that Jenna does on Fridays. It won't take you that much time to do it, but it's something that takes you out of work for a little bit, and I don't know. It's something funny to do. It's something different that Madak does with all employees, and I don't know. It's kind of great.
Some other things that we've done in the past. We haven't done it lately, Jose, but this is bringing it up. Is that we've always had a kind of a rule where somebody could just throw on a meeting and invite the whole team and just say water cooler and then dash topic, for example. And this morning, the icebreaker question was Pepsi or Coke. And so we spent 7 minutes talking and learning all the little nuances, right? And so I think being intentional and having these specific things, now we know Ron is the Pepsi guy, the one and only Pepsi guy in our group. But outside of that, we wouldn't normally do that, especially in a remote environment. So that's where I think we've done a good job of making these intentional moments and opportunities to get to know people without it being forced and without it feeling like it's all about work. Because in the remote life, I think that is one of the downsides that can feel like when you're on a meeting, it's only about that topic and getting things done and so forth. So it's finding that balance.
Yeah. Yeah, I just say it can get pretty lonely working remote, and doing that it takes that away because let's say you work in an office, you have like these coffee breaks where you talk with your coworkers or you just go outside for a little bit and talk with them, and that's something you don't have really on remote work. And doing that stuff, it's a way to connect with your team, with your coworkers, with the team members
For sure.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Other than that, I'll say those are all the questions for today, Anna. Thank you very much for joining me.
Well, from East Coast to West Coast, thank you, Jose, for today's Madak Monday, and looking forward to next week's topics.
Hey, once again, thank you for watching. If you really like this content, please help us with a like and subscribe to the channel.